How's it going, my friends? Are you well? I hope you're well. It's Scott here from Cuckoo Cottage with another potato reveal. Once again, it's one of these fabric pots. Not sure about what type of compost they're growing in until we have a look. But as you can see, these guys are certainly ready for harvest. Let's have a look and see how we get on. Alright, I'm just going to pull out these haulms because I've got a nice polythene sheet here below me that I can just shake things out on just to make it easier. A couple of wee potatoes there still hanging on, and it looks like these guys are British Queens. Absolutely delighted. Now, one of the things I'm going to just cover in this video, guys, which I've never really spoke about much before other than a couple of lives, and that is how to store the seed potatoes for next year. It's not a how-to or anything like that, or any kind of telling you what to do or anything. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do this year. Now, normally I would store a lot of tubers in worm castings, or leave them in the pots or the ground until the very last minute, like over winter and everything. But these guys I'm going to harvest just to see what's inside, and then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to layer up this fabric pot again with compost, probably the same compost actually, and pop in some seed potatoes that we're going to keep for next year, or potatoes that we're going to choose to keep for seed for next year, and probably in and around this size, which is particularly small, right up to probably just slightly smaller than this. But anyway, without further ado, we'll just lift these couple of little British Queens that popped out here and pop them into our little tray. There's another one, and we'll keep going, eh? Okay, right, there's one that was exposed to the light, just at the top of the grow bag. Ideal candidate for keeping for next year for seed, because obviously I'm not going to eat that one. It's not even worth, cutting it off. Far better to keep it for seed. I think a lovely lady in the comment section a couple of videos back mentioned that this is how she stores her potatoes. She likes to keep these ones because she finds that they keep better. I'll pin that comment in a previous video just in case. So yeah, there's loads of ways you can do it, but I find that storing them once they're out of the compost is a lot more difficult, whereas the compost just preserves them, if that makes sense, guys. Now, I think the best thing to do is just to lift these little ones so we don't have to find them again. Pop them in, and we'll tip this bad boy over. See how we get on. I love the way they just fall out of the grow sacks. Now this is particularly wet, which is unlike the previous reveals that you've seen so far, and that's because I got my act together with the watering. Maybe a bit late, but we'll see how we get on. Now, let's pop that to the side for the meantime. Now you can see there's plenty of insects there, and based on these insects straight away, I would say that this is not the Living Green compost. This is some homemade compost. It's got a lot of wood in it. Now there is worms. Where did I see one? There we are. You see them, but I can also see little chunks of biochar as well. So pretty certain this is homemade compost. There's a beautiful worm making his escape. So it's great to see all this insect life. And now let's get on with harvesting these potatoes, eh? Look at that. That's a nice sized British Queen. And just to go back over what I mentioned in a couple of the previous reveals, certainly the longer that I've left the potatoes in the pots, the larger they've got. Okay, look at that. Really pleased with this, guys. Now, I don't see any Charlotte, so far I'm thinking that the only potatoes that were in this pot were British Queens. Now, there's one that has some rot on it. Do you see that, guys? See that? So we'll just leave that one to the side, and it can be used to feed the worms. We'll pop it into the worm bin. Hopefully there won't be too many like that. There we are. so gorgeous, and they are such a great tasting potato. If you haven't grown them before, highly recommend growing them. Now they don't, they're not blight resistant, but they're just so worth it. And luckily there's been no blight this year that I've experienced here. Don't know about other growers. Let me know how you're getting on yourselves, guys. Have you experienced any blight this year? Leave it just incredible. I know a lot of people have been complaining about the weather. Maybe it's just here, but it's just been ideal for growing potatoes, and a fabulous year for strawberries too. It's been nice and dry here the last few days. Now, move across here. Look, there's one of the seed potatoes, completely consumed. It's actually full of worm castings. You can see that the worms have just completely finished off what was left of it. Wow, there's a nice sized British queen there. So I've mentioned in previous potato reveals that the queens that I'm growing can get quite large. Well, that's probably a good sized British queen there. Just to give you an example of what size they can get to. This is really good, guys. Really pleased with these potatoes already. We've got a lovely little haul. Nice selection of different sizes too. Some that are the right size for soup, some that are the right size for seed, and some that are the right size for gift and eating. There's another little rotten one. We'll just leave him to the side. There we are. Another one. Gosh, these are huge. Now, there's a couple of stones. Just throw those. Actually, I'll give them a quick wash before I throw them in the driveway. We'll collect all those nice microbes into the water butts. Just leave those to the side. Okay. It's really nice. Really pleased with the compost, guys. It's looking quite heavy on worm castings. There we go. This is where the root system was. Seems quite good. There we are. There's a few more coming out on top. Another wee stone. Just throw him to the side. There we go. There's a nice wee one there now. There's another seed potato. This one looks like it's got still quite a bit of energy in it. You see that? So there was still food in this pot for microbes and for worms. You know, if we were to leave it a bit longer. A chunk of wood chip. Now, there's some more. There we go. Jeepers, guys, I am absolutely blown away at this. This could be the best harvest all year. Oh, I said I was going to weigh them, didn't I? I forgot to get the scales. Oh, okay. We're going to have to go and get the scales. I can do that really quickly. But once again, I'll have to set you down. The wee thrivers in the cottage, the kittens, are doing really well, but they're snoozing. One more. A little tiny one. I think that's it, my friends. Just that wee rummage through just to make sure. There's always one, you know, score. Okay, and look at that, guys. I think this could be the best yield yet, even with those two that got rotten. Oh, there's some more. Just hanging on the roots. See that, look? There's still more to come. And it would have done better maybe and had more potatoes. Maybe under different circumstances. I'm just going to lift this little twig here. Pop them to the side. And yeah, look at that, guys. Really nice. Okay, so I'm going to set you down for a wee second. And I'm going to run and grab these scales. I'll be back in literally 20 seconds, okay? See you shortly. Hey guys, thanks for your patience. So I've just grabbed these scales, and we'll grab the scales and the potatoes and we'll bring them over to this little tree stump that's nice and flat for the scales to work on. There we are. And they're coming on straight away. I didn't even have to press anything. Okay, gonna set on this little dish that comes with it for your flour or your sugar or whatever. Zero it down to 0. And we're going to just quickly weigh this pot that we're going to put the potatoes in. That's 256 grams. But we'll zero that actually rather than deduct it. So we'll zero it. And we'll pop these potatoes in. Now, I think the best way to do it is just putting them in by hand, because if I pour them I have a funny feeling everything will fall off, you know, that kind of way. Well, these are real crackers, guys. We're really pleased with these. Going to be very happy to gift these to Padraig, you know. He loves potatoes. And I got some great feedback from him and a few others that the potatoes are really nice, so just chuffed about that. And very grateful as well. Okay, these little ones we can just pour in. Pop all that loose kind of compost, and we'll just drop it into the garden there. Okay, let's have a look. What's that? It's kind of sunshine. 3219, 321. So 3,200 grams. What is that, guys? That's like, guys, that's like 6 pounds of potatoes. It is better than the last one. Wow. Really pleased with that, guys. Really pleased. I think that's probably one of the best we've had. Would you agree? Okay, sure, let me know what you think in the comments. Sorry it's so long and unprofessional, and I know I need a tripod and all that jazz, but listen, thanks very much for sticking with me, and I hope your gardens are absolutely thriving, guys. Sending lots of love. Oh, did I mention before I go that there was 3 seed potatoes in this 30-litre fabric pot with homemade compost and rainwater, and they started off their life in the polytunnel, and then they were taken outside just before the risk of frost, where they were hit by frost, but they came back and they've done really well. Okay, my friends, sending lots of love. Bye.